G'day viewers, I'm Simon Christie.
And I'm Danny Sparks Cousins.
And welcome to another episode of Your 4x4 exploring the beautiful Australian wilderness. Now Danny, I think we've found a secret cave this morning.
Certainly have, Simon. Wasn't part of the itinerary, but we've found the Tuglow Cave system. We're going to check it out, go for a bit of a walk and have a look at the bluff there.
And then back on the tracks?
We are, and a beautiful spot for lunch, hopefully a little bit of a swim, and this afternoon a tour of the Jenolan Caves.
Well viewers, another great episode. We hope you enjoy it. This series of Your 4x4 is proudly presented by ARB 4x4 Accessories, Piranha Off-Road Products, Carryboy 4x4 Canopies and Accessories, Berrima Diesel, Light Force Performance Lighting, Brown Davis Automotive and Kmart 4-wheel drive products.
Nice little trek down through here.
Yeah.
You'd have to know someone to really find this thing. When you think about it, it is a little way off the main road back there, but to get in to actually find this place.
This morning we got up to another magnificent day, packed up and went for a walk into the bushland and found a cave and a bluff.
Pretty much 100 metres straight to the bottom.
100 metres straight down.
It's a vertical cave system, this one. It basically shoots up to the west.
This would be a pretty cool cave to be abseiling down into. There's probably a lock or something on that gate.
Yeah,
so
that's locked, definitely.
Yep. So you'd probably have to get permission, as you said, and then come in with an experienced climber to try and get down there.
Yeah, most definitely.
There was a huge 100-metre drop down there. Pretty cool. If you had the expertise and you had the right people, it'd be amazing to go down and have a look in some of these amazing caves. It also makes you think they were such small little openings, how many other places there must be in around these areas to pop in and have a look. The other thing that was amazing about that hike was the overlook that we managed to go out to. When you stand in an area where you can see out kilometres upon kilometres and have no tracks, no people in sight, no man-made structures to ruin it, that really brings it home that we're in these areas that haven't changed in thousands of years. And it brings it back to why we buy these cars, why we come out to these places, is to see amazing areas like that.
The last 3 days has been a really good adventure into the bushland of New South Wales. It's been fantastic that we've had Dave from DP Chip to guide us through the area so that we didn't have to worry too much about where we were going. We just had to follow on Dave's lead. He's also given us an insight a little bit into what the terrain would be like so that you felt confident in that if he said that it was a steep descent but manageable, then you felt comfortable to do that.
There was a radio call, said there was a kid in the road, and first thing we did was get out, grab the kids and go take a look at it. I've seen one before. It was pretty far off the side of the road. This one kind of gave us a little bit of a show where it curled up into a ball, and we were able to get close enough to get some photos and actually see what it looked like up close. This is one of the reasons why we came out here, and especially with my family, so they can come out and experience the wildlife and the wilderness and the animals here.
It was amazing. Yeah.
We then came upon some quite steep tracks requiring low range and slow descents. If you've got a manual, which I drive, you have to make a decision about which range you're going to be in, but also too, what movement you've got within that gear range, so that if you start at the top of the hill, mid-range, you've always got the ability to go a little faster if you wish to, or a little slower if you have to. So when you crest the top of the descents that we've done today, where you come up and over, you just have to crest the top, try not to bring your back up too high, and take it nice and easy and pick a suitable gear. But I think that one thing that you see about coming down these descents is that there's nothing wrong with stopping, dropping back down into low range and then setting off again at a pace that you feel comfortable doing, a distance between yourself and the next vehicle that you feel happy with that. You watch where the vehicle in front of you has gone so that you can get some feedback as to what the terrain further down the track may or may not be like. Pick your line, stay off the brakes and just enjoy the ride.
Really good, nice, not too difficult four-wheel driving, definitely low range required, so you wouldn't do it with a standard X-Trail or something like those soft road type vehicles. But as long as you've got a low range four-wheel drive, you should be able to get through these tracks without too many dramas.
Out here we've had some pretty gnarly tracks. Nothing that the cars haven't managed to get up. We haven't had to pull out any winches or any recovery gear. But it's just been one of those trips where you've really worked your car.
We've got a huge variety of vehicles on this trip. Everyone has different driving levels, and I think that the trip today has really given us the opportunity to see that all these vehicles, whether they be wagons, whether they be utes, they actually can function very well in the bush.
Caves to Caves has been one of the more popular four-wheel drive treks close to Sydney for a long time. Really good diverse terrain, excellent scenery, a really nice track, a little bit of a challenge and certainly excellent.
Down into the flats, across the river crossing and then up to the lunch spot that we're at today, which has got the water, got the sunshine. What else could you want?
ARB, Australia's largest manufacturer and distributor of 4x4 accessories, has everything you need for your next off-road adventure. From bull bars and suspension to recovery gear and lights, we've got four-wheel drives of all shapes and sizes covered. Whether you're heading off to bitumen for a weekend getaway or preparing for that epic round Australia trip, enjoy a safer, more comfortable journey with ARB. To order a copy of our free catalogue, visit our website or give us a call.
Sometimes the front runners lead from behind, and when it comes to protecting your rear, Kmart are world leaders in rear end protection and tow bar combinations. The just released Prado 150 is no exception, with a bar that is designed to follow the car's lines and work with your sensors and factory camera. For the best in rear end protection, trust Kmart. It's a statement, not just an accessory, but the toughest of 4x4 trips. For more info, go to kmart.com.au.
Got a tough 4x4 tourer and enjoy hitting the tracks? Odds are you'll need some serious underguard protection and a heavy-duty long-range tank. Brown Davis Automotive offer aluminised steel underguard protection plates and long-range tanks for most popular makes and models. They're designed and developed right here in Australia and have been tested to the extreme right across this great country. Remember Brown Davis Automotive. It's a trusted and family-owned Aussie business and proud manufacturers of high-end tanks, underguards and more.
Got a ute? Need more space? Need it to be safe and secure? And of course stylish? Then look no further than Carry Boy. Designed with the true lines of your vehicle in mind and the ultimate in functionality, a Carry Boy canopy will transform the look and performance of your utility. For more information on why Carry Boy are the world leaders in canopy design, durability and practicality, visit carryboy.com.au.
I'll just turn it on and see whether the...
Oh yeah, see what your warning indicator does first up.
It's actually gone out now.
That's what I reckon it is. I think it's actually just sensitive, so I'll have a look.
It's open.
I think with all this modern technology, as good as it all is, sometimes it's a little bit sensitive to the sort of stuff that we do.
Absolutely.
This oil sensor, it may not actually be faulty, it may just be because we really are in some up and down country. Or just sort of dip it pretty much heaps. Go on a bit of an angle, and then the sensor might read from maybe half down from there. So maybe it is a little, it's already not full. The lovely diesel particulate filter can be known to actually make oil when it's doing burn cycles.
So I need to leave it a little bit below full, so
I think even the dealer might have done that as well. So I think that's what it is. I don't think there's actually any problem. Obviously, like anything, pull up, manually check it, and then you know for sure it's all good.
Exactly. Fantastic, all right.
Yeah,
finish our lunch.
Yes, ready for lunch and the trip back out. We've had the trusty old Pathy on there again. Sure, it's done some bumps and scrapes underneath during this trip, no doubt about it. But it just shows you if you prep up your vehicle correctly, you're confident with your driving, pack all the right foods and goodies, you'll have a really safe and successful trip.
So I thought I'd quickly touch on the Virgin Hilux. This is its first ever trip off-road, and it's been amazing so far. The Carry Boy canopy went straight back on there because I've never had dust problems before and I didn't want dust problems. I put the Kmart rear bar because I can carry my two spares. I've got the lights at night for all the cooking and everything that I love to do on the tailgate. And then the Piranha dual battery system, that's the first thing you'd probably be putting on your cars because I love to have a drink and I love a good meal, and that all comes out of a fridge. So for me, it's been an awesome car, and to be honest, I look forward to more trips in it. This trip's had a lot of low range, first gear low range, second gear low range. I find it's got a really stable, nice set of low range gears for going down these hills. What we love about new cars is setting them up, testing them out, to come out here and see these areas. And that's why we have these cars and we do them up, and make it as comfortable as possible.
The whole trip has been a New South Wales-based trip, and that's really, really good. The thing for me, being a Victorian, is we've got pretty amazing scenery, but not quite the same. You've got these rocks, you've got the colours, and it is very, very different. Now our Pinnacles, which we've been to before, looks over the ocean, looks right away, great big gullies and trees, but there's none of those colours. And these colours up here make this scenery really, really spectacular, so it is very, very different. Our creeks are typically got gum trees sticking out of them. Here you've got pine trees. It feels to me a little bit like Canada. So I know it's only a different state, but it's got a really, really cool feel about it, and I think it's really, really nice. The But the biggest surprise for me is when I looked on the GPS before, we're only about 100 and something k's from Sydney. Now that blows your mind. I mean, we're in the middle of amazing wilderness, great four-wheel drive tracks, and it's so close.
I think that it's so close to Sydney. In fact, really, Mittagong to where we are here is really just across a bit of a valley. There's probably only about 70, 80 k's across, but it's all national park, wilderness and really untouched areas. But there's still good access, there's good tracks in there, beautiful lookouts. It's great to see again how probably untouched this whole region is. Just towards the end of the day, we got to the final bit of blacktop. And then down into Jenolan Caves here.
Our question for the experts this week comes from Sam Selby, and Sam's written in, what important items need to be cared for on a diesel 4x4 when tackling deep water crossings? Well, Sam, good question. Let's check in with the experts at Berrima Diesel for the answer.
Well, diesels and water really depends where it is. I mean, obviously diesel and water and the fuel's a different story, but let's talk about river crossings. It's very important, I think, when we're going out into water, that before we even head into it, we get out and check it. And I think that's something that people do forget. Unless you can really see the bottom and you know it's shallow, that's fine to go across. But if you're really talking about deep water areas, it's probably highly advantageous to be running a snorkel. Now be careful with snorkels, because if you've got a standard one on your four-wheel drive that came from the factory, it's not a water snorkel. You need something when you're going into deep water that's actually sealed, definitely sealed right down to the air cleaner. Because when you go down in deep water and you've got water going over the bonnet, there are pressures at foot there far greater than you can imagine, and any little leaks, water will get into that air cleaner, and any water that gets in that air box could be detrimental and a disaster for your trip and your engine. Now, people worry about diesel fuel and what damage might be done when you go through deep water. Those systems are pretty well sealed and pretty well vented. Again, you might want to look into it if you're doing extremely deep crossings, but generally crossings that you're doing don't usually have much effect on the diesel fuel system. If you got stuck in deep water, and I mean deep water which came inside the cabin, if it's a new electronic diesel, you're probably going to stop anyway. But if you didn't get stuck and you continue through, I don't think there's too much to worry about in the diesel system itself.
For asking that question, you've won yourself a Piranha carry bag and beanie, a DP chip hamper featuring a keyring, pen, cap, plush toy and stubby holder, and a Brown Davis tub seal repair kit. All Ask an Expert entries go into the draw for an ARB twin motor compressor, a set of Lightforce Genesis driving lamps, a Travel Buddy oven and a Piranha tilt fridge slide combo. For more information, visit your4x4.com.au.
Warning, beware of imitation lights. Only Lightforce performance lighting guarantees Australian made, no leaking or melting, quality output and 3-year warranty. Unlike their imitators, Lightforce lights feature peerless construction, leak-proof seals, impact-proof lenses and filters, vibration and fracture-resistant mounts and housing, and stainless steel fittings, outshining and outlasting their impersonators in every way. Often imitated, never replicated. Visit lightforce.com for the full range of authentic Lightforce lights.
Do you want better performance from your modern diesel 4x4? Then a DP chip is your answer for safe, reliable and enduring power gains. Backed by Australia's premier diesel workshop, a DP chip offers increased power and torque output, better drivability and can even improve economy. With 24/7 customer support, a 60-day money-back guarantee, a 6-year warranty, plus a matched new vehicle engine and driveline warranty, there is no other choice for safe, reliable and enduring diesel performance gains. Check dpchip.com for full details. If you drive a four-wheel drive with or without a dual battery kit, then it's time to upgrade. Modern vehicles and modern battery technologies require smart electronics, and the Piranha Off-Road Products DBE 140 dual battery controller has all the smart grunt you will need packed into an affordable and tiny package. Priced at just $170, the Piranha DBE 140 is the smart choice in dual battery management. For more information on how you can stay charged, visit piranhaoffroad.com.au.
This week's first entry is this tidy looking Hilux, pictured on Ellis Beach in far north Queensland. Next is this zippy little Freelander, enjoying another of Queensland's beautiful beaches on Moreton Island. Keeping with the beach theme, this Feroza is shown near the Mahino wreck on Fraser Island. This tough looking Navara is pictured at Salt Creek in South Australia, out on a family adventure. And the last pick for the week is this GQ Patrol. This shot was taken on the beach between Beachport and Robe.
If you've just seen your photo and you're the first to email Danny at your4x4.com.au, then you've won yourself a Kmart Centerpool recovery hitch and stubby holder, a Lightforce tack torch and stubby holder, and a $100 gift voucher from ARB. All entries go into the draw for a Carryboy slider tray, a DP chip plug-and-go pedal chip, and a Brown Davis long-range fuel tank. For more information, visit your4x4.com.au.
As a four-wheel driver, this isn't typically the place you'd come, but I've got to tell you, this is a place you should come to whether it's a four-wheel drive or not. It's a magic, magic spot. The buildings are just out of turn of the century. They look fantastic.
Very scenic. It's nearly got a Tyrolean sort of European feel about it. These real old buildings, very majestic. Stayed here since I was a kid, I guess, with school a couple of times. Still feels the same.
It's been a fantastic 3 days. We went to the Wombian Caves the other day and then top it off with the Jenolan Caves today.
So I'll get you all to come down here. We're going inside. Come on down then, folks. Come and gather around down here, please. The name of the tunnel called the Binamia Cut, Aboriginal word, which in the local language meant dark places, okay? We'll talk about that later on inside the cave.
When you walk into this place, it's nice and cool. There's this refrigerated door you go through, which is a bit ominous. And you go down the steps and you get inside this thing, and it is absolutely huge.
Basically, we're walking inside what was once a coral reef. All this limestone was once coral.
Okay, well, it's cold. We've got stainless steel rails to hang on to. And we're descending into the depths of the earth, the bowels of the planet. Very cool. Oh, wow, look at this.
See the spiral shape up there? It's evidence of water rising under pressure. This big formation on the wall is called the Gem of the South. And it's interesting because in that one little spot you've got all the different types of crystal that you can see in the cave in one place, little thin straws hanging down. The ones that look like straws, we call them straws.
Geoff was, of course, the colourful character that I think anybody would be that disappears into the caves here.
When they join together, like that one at the back there and that one over there, they're called mighty tighties. No, they're
Is that
not.
fair dinkum?
No, just kidding.
Had all sorts of beautiful imaginations, and it did leave you imagining what the early explorers were doing in these caves and seeing when they first came up in them.
We know the bottle was put there in 1958 or left there, and now the bottle is completely encased with crystal. What you're seeing is light reflecting back to your eye from little flat sides of individual crystals.
Apart from being huge, it's got this incredible sort of aura or sense of feel about it. It feels like walking into a church. It's just got this incredible feel.
That's a beautiful shawl called the angel's wing. About 13 metres long, 1.5 metres wide, mostly white. Doesn't have much imagination to see an angel up there, does it?
Inside of it, the majesty and the grandeur of the thing is just incredible. The lighting effects are amazing. It's something that you absolutely must see.
This is actually another shawl like this one, but it's curled around like a dried leaf, you see. It's called the Sword of St Michael. There's the hilt.
Jeff, our guide, was terrific, and I guess the big difference is with Wombian, we didn't have a guide, so we walked around the caves and we looked at it, and that was really cool. Having Jeff to tell the stories and explain all the intricate things about the caves and how they work, the stalagmites, the stalactites, the helictites, all those really cool things, that was just a real treat. So that was a great thing to do. That's a climb.
That cave tour, absolutely brilliant. I don't think I'd been on that one before, so great place to end the trip, going from cave to cave, absolutely gobsmacked with the scenery, sandstone, and again, these beautiful caves.
Caves to Caves has been one of the more popular four-wheel drive treks close to Sydney for a long time. YOUR4X4 does do a lot of trips in the Victorian high country, and as much as that's spectacular, this is on a different level. It's a different type of scenery. You see a lot more sandstone, you see limestone, you see all sorts of different rock, and with the different rock comes different vegetation and different types of terrain to drive on.
Whilst we've seen some spectacular remote scenery and steep descents and ascents, you really don't need a fully decked out four-wheel drive. With a well-equipped four-wheel drive, not really any challenge for a reasonably experienced four-wheel driver.
Cars handle it really well. We've had some challenging tracks. Highly recommend it to do it. Just make sure that the vehicle's prepared for it, because if they do want to do the type of track work that we did today and the past 2 days, it does take a little bit out of you and the vehicle, so you do need to know what you're doing and go with someone experienced.